think. I think we're live. Man, look at you guys. 4 people in here already. I remember it was just like 2 weeks ago. That was like the highlight of the stream. 4 people in there. What's everyone doing? Putting a sweater on because it is getting cold. Even though my sweater is still kind of damp because it is stormy out.
You ready for weird story time? I'm ready for weird story time.
Severin Dominant. Oh, I feel like that's vaguely familiar. Alright. Okay. You are really pulling deep, huh? Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, I just pulled up the Wikipedia on this one because I know nothing off the top of my head about, but yeah, we'll do some story time. Is my stream still functioning? I'm getting some weird feedback. Feedback. Just Twitch's stream manager is being weird. I'm gonna go ahead and hard refresh that page. Okay, anyway. Alright, wait, is this where the Blood Pact comes from? The Severin Dominant is a confederation of worlds located in the periphery subsector of the Calixis sector, where most of the Dark Heresy and even a lot of the Rogue Trader stuff comes from, in the Segmentum Obscurus, and has seceded from the Imperial Man under the leadership of former sub-sector governor of the periphery, Duke Severus XIII of Kulth. So one of the 3 factions, the Dominant, the Imperium, and the Orcs of Wa Grimtooth, currently battling for control of the periphery as part of the massive conflict that has come to be called the Spinward Front by the Departamento Munitorum. What else is it particularly known for? Dominant. As a political entity, the Severin Dominant exists only in the head of his titular figurehead, Duke Severus XIII, and in the hearts of those of his followers who fight to maintain its tenuous borders. As far as the Imperium of Man is concerned, it is nothing more than a collection of rebel worlds, dominated by an arrogant secessionist, its peoples having betrayed their very humanity. So, the usual. It's alright. The whole thing is alright. Got mucked around with by the Chikari. I mean, they got some cool color schemes and some cool gear, but like, I don't know if this. I don't know if there really have anything super special going on. I will
water.
Hydrate, indeed.
Water.
Thank you.
Water.
And then the orcs got involved. I'm really wondering if this is a very large document. Is this where the Blood Pact comes from? I don't think it is, no. Seems like cool reading, though. But yeah, generally speaking, just seems to be a handful of worlds that's attempted to secede from the Imperium, and in the current timeline, current part of the time, modern day, is the Imperium is trying to pull it back in. There are no heretics just left Imperium still worshipping Big E. Okay, so yeah, it's just I don't think I can wear my sweater. It's still too damp. Ow! Just bang my hand. Okay, anyway. It's cool though. I like it. What I need to do, I need to figure out how to make this stuff look like brass. I feel like I have actually succeeded in painting good looking wood. Is my camera working or am I just missing my... Oh no, my Twitch stream manager is like over some... Oh well, for one, my mic was up, so there's that. I'm probably coming in a lot clearer now. My Twitch stream manager is like over a minute behind, so I'm gonna go ahead and redo that tab entirely. I cannot see chat currently. I am back, look. I have returned. If it's victoriously, I mean, we've yet to know for sure. Alright, now I can properly see chat again. I am hoping, my preview is, yeah, my preview is back to normal. Okay, my preview was like over a minute lag before. Alright, so, pardon me. I've come to the conclusion that right now the bits of like brass I've done look more like wood to me. I don't know, I'm missing that bit to make them really look like metal. Maybe I need to add some sharper highlights on places? I'm not sure. I was thinking about buying Darktide, but it's bloody expensive for a game I might not enjoy. I've not super looked into it since the trailers came out. I know a lot of people are talking about it, but I'm not in a place to really buy a new video game right now, so yeah, not really giving it much thought. See, hold on, maybe if I pull the zoom back here, so you get a much sharper image here. It feels kind of flat to me. Or more like wood. Maybe like shiny wood. It's a bit repetitive. I think it would be fun, but won't last long. Probably. I mean, unless they pull like a, unless they have stuff in it to make those, what do you call them? Sequences, I suppose, to give them some significant replayability, or some kind of randomized content system. I'm not really sure how they're going to make that thing last. You know, you play through it and then, alright, we're done, we did it. Yeah, I think it will be like Back 4 Blood, fun, but a one and done. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, I'm looking at some other people's bronze. It's like a red-brown, almost no black. Like a dark red-brown, and then it moves up in yellows. Alright, let's see if I can make this work. Maybe if they add in PvP somehow, that'd be cool. I've been wanting a proper large scale, like a Battlefield style 40K first person shooter for years. There's two types of 40K games I legitimately want. A real Battlefield style first person shooter and a like old Dawn of War 1, like kind of like a Command and Conquer style real-time strategy. If they could make it like a turn-based real-time hybrid where you got like full empire management stuff going on as well as the battles, that'd be even cooler, because that's my favorite type of strategy game, which there isn't many of. Brilliant. But yeah, I'm wondering if I have to reassess my bronze again. Like, I think my original palette setup wasn't what I needed. I'm starting to think maybe it's browns, reds, and yellows. But the last one's a pale yellow, so I have to add some white to the yellow to get to that pale yellow for the final highlight. It's like Dawn of War by New... Yeah, basically. Pretty much. I mean, I didn't really play Dawn of War 1, mostly just because I've never really gone around to buying it, but yeah, from the little bit I've seen, yeah, basically. That, or I've seen these Arma 3 mods that make them 40K, where they play, I guess, kind of like PlanetSide. That was really cool. I just got yellow paint, like, everywhere. Alright, let's get some Phalanx yellow. I'm gonna use some Flash Get yellow, I think, maybe? Not a good hue of yellow? Maybe not. I need yellow. Brown. Say a wee bit of red. Yeah, I don't know why I start talking like that. I'm just tired, I guess. It's getting a little loopy. Thing before a stream, man. When we're streaming, I get a little bit of time off. Get tomorrow during the day, which I'm probably just gonna... It was gonna be doing yard work, but we got like a pretty significant rainstorm going on right now, so I think in all reality it's probably me working on stream back office stuff. And tomorrow night's our first Patreon Discord stream. So as of currently, it's probably just gonna be me and Venom just going over like advanced Raven Guard tactics and deep Raven Guard lore. Okay. I probably should really just get to the point where I'm completely satisfied before I start painting like a bunch of other nonsense. Because now, if I actually do... I'm gonna do a new piece entirely. I'm gonna pick a new piece.
Water.
I don't like about Dawn of War is
Water.
flying infantry. If a melee unit charging your unit, guys will end up flying all over the place. Same for
Water.
hit from rocket/cannons. I don't understand the problem. I like absolute chaos like that, so I don't understand what the issue is. I think it's thinner. Makes infantry useless, and I like infantry armies. Oh. Where's the thing? In the larger scale battles of 40k, infantry is kind of useless. They really become slugging matches between tanks and walkers. Why do you think Space Marines are a thing? It's to make infantry somewhat less useless when you have that escalation of firepower. Like, you think guardsmen mean anything when a Warlord Titan shows up? Not really. Like, okay, here's where infantry retain their usefulness in large-scale battles. Is when you are fighting large-scale battles in dense urban areas. If it's open field, infantry means nothing. Not a thing. What I should be doing is trying to get this in, like, the recesses. There are no Titans in Dawn of War, though. Those battles are rather small. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't sat down and bought it yet. Not big enough. What got me in the 40k was hearing about the big battles. The scale of it. The fact that you can get to the scale of millions of guardsmen, for example. That's why I don't play Kill Team. I have a lot of people have asked me a lot of times to play Kill Team. I don't want to. Why? It's not big enough. That's not why I'm in Warhammer. In fact, I didn't even finish Dawn of War 2. Didn't pick up Dawn of War 3 because, like, yeah, it's kind of fun, but I mean, it's just a couple squads of Space Marines. It's not enough for my bloodlust. Need more. More! The problem with it is it locks you to only one playstyle, which in my opinion is bad design. Play tanks or lose. I mean, it could just be bad balancing in the game. That's totally possible. Need that pick back. Okay. It's not really about balancing, it is mechanics. Single tank, no matter how weak it is, will stun lock entire squad or two of infantry, only through explosion flying animation. Oh, well... I mean... So it sounds like it's one of those things where... Like, this is just kind of a problem that's always plagued real-time strategy games, and that is squads of infantry have to stay together. Like, hard-coded right on top of each other, effectively. They can't spread out, really. So they've always been kind of weak to vehicles in the way that they're not really in reality. Like if you play, for example, Enlisted, right? You will learn while a tank can be absolutely devastating to infantry, you can get so many kills with tanks. It is disgusting how effective tanks can be against infantry. However, at the same time, the biggest threat to you as a tank is infantry. Because you just need one dude that has any amount of knowledge as to what he's doing to run at you with a satchel charge, and it's all over. So like, a squad getting shot at by a tank should probably do stuff to some of the squad. The rest of the squad, unless there's a lot of like reaction programming into infantry, should still be able to do something on an individual level. But I imagine, you know, as I am not a game programmer, that whole thing, that whole problem is quite difficult to program in a way that feels good, you know? When on Dawn of War, they just all fly in the air. Okay, wait, do you mean the entire squad flies in the air? Because that's weird. Like, I thought it was just some of them get thrown into the air, and then the rest get pinned down because of that. Like, they can't move because some of their dudes are in the animation of flying in the air. The whole squad flies up in the... Okay, yeah, no, that is bad design right there. That's bad animation design. Especially when you're talking about, like, a guardsman squad is like 30 dudes. Like, at least in, like, the game. In the tabletop. I just really don't like it. Yeah, okay. I think that's quite reasonable. They're removing conscripts? Really? Why? Are they replacing them with something else? Like, is that officially gone from the new codex? Not really? What does that mean? They are not there. So conscripts are just gone. So we got flavors of infantry squads. Okay. What are these flavors? Bad Kachan, less bad Krieg, okay regular infantry, and really good Acadians. Okay, that's not flavors of infantry, that's sub-factions. That's different. We've always had sub-factions, just you used to use the same models. Guard doesn't have sub-factions. It does, it absolutely does have sub-factions. What do you think regiments are? The different regiments are literally sub-factions. Those are 4 different units, but they're still meant to be primary infantry units, right? Like they replace the standard guardsman infantry squad. Because those specific regiments don't do normal guard, really, except I guess Cadian. Non-new codex. Alright, I'm gonna do some research. This doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. You have regimental doctrines, no sub-factions. Regimental doctrines are sub-factions. I don't know what like, we have successor chapters in Space Marines. Those are sub-factions. Successor chapters, chapter tactics, that's all rules for sub-factions. Sub-factions is just what you call the mechanic of there being different versions of a faction. No, they are not. Look, wait. Post pics of rules in the Discord, then I might be able to figure out what you're saying, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. That's you're just explaining how it's always been at least since 8th edition. Subtone. It's been a while. How you doing, man? Not gonna lie, I am pretty close to just saying we're working on volume on is black because I need to apparently study more before I can do this non-metallic metal the way I want to. Alright, Guard always had regiments like Cadian Kachans and stuff, but now they're pickable regimental doctrines like Born Soldiers, Sharpshooters and stuff. You can't no longer take Cadian Regiment, you just mix different doctrines, and now in troop sections you have Infantry Squad, Alright, hold on. I need to break this apart. Doing good, man. Finally got some spare time from work a little bit. How you been? Pretty good. All things considered, I'd like to say. Now I have to figure out what this is saying here. Pickable regimental doctrines, like Born Soldiers, Sharpshooters stuff, right, so your regimental, like your army-wide special rules for your detachment. You can no longer take Cadian Regiment. You just mix different doctrines, and now in Troop Section you have Infantry Squad, Cadian Infantry Squad, Krieg Infantry Squad, and Catachan Infantry Squad. Everyone's different rules, but can be in the same army and have same regimental doctrine. That's weird. That doesn't make sense. That's not how the Imperial Guard has ever worked. Their whole setup is designed to be based upon the regiment, which is much larger than a single game of 40k. So that they can't go traitor and drag like a full force capable of going to war effectively against anyone else. As for how I've been, well, right this minute I'm fairly tired and my fingers are cold, which is not helping my painting any. Things have been going good. Stream's going great. We're growing quite a bit. Constantly improving. Yeah. Yeah, no, we've had a bunch of stuff, I'm pretty sure, since you were last. I mean, we've had a bunch of stuff just in the last couple of days. I mean, hit command commands, for one, and see all the stuff going on in there. Units with a Cadian keyword are, of course, the most broken again. I mean, it's usually how that goes. So, like, that looks kind of good, but I don't know, something's about off. Like 3 of them, I think. Cadian Infantry Squad, Cadian Command Squad, and Kasrkins. Okay. I'm glad Kasrkins are back, because they were gone for a while. Here's the thing. Painting the brass is going to greatly mess with the black. Like, I'm constantly hitting the black while I'm trying to paint the brass. But I'm just not hitting. Like, that's still better. Like, I'm improving, but it's still not hitting it for me. Wonder what else I can work on during this stream, and then over tomorrow. But like before Friday's streaming, I can do a bunch of research on painting brass, because it's not working out the same as painting the steel, which needs some work as well anyway. Do you know what Catachan got? They can take the heavy flamer and that's it. They should, I mean, if anything, they should at least have some melee upgrades. Have you seen the green stuff liquid masking stuff? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've heard about it. You can lay it down between crevices and peel it off once you paint around it. Yeah, no, I've heard about that. It's good for airbrushing and stuff. I've not invested much into new tools like that recently. Check Auspex Tactics video, talks about it. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to we need to work on something else. That's not brass. It's really not helping me that I'm pretty tired. Oh, and exploding 6s in melee? Okay, well that's kind of important. Yeah, from a Catachan. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. In their numbers, that's actually pretty good. Like, I don't know why it's considered bad. That can be pretty. That can potentially be fairly brutal. They still got only weapon score 4 up and low strength. Yeah, I know. Does this work for your web palette? Instead of using water, use Lamian? Well, actually, well, it would, and I have Lamian medium, but what I've actually been using as a medium for mixing and stuff is Airbrush Flow Improver, which not only thins it, but removes the surface tension from it. So, it only goes where my brush touches. They are more expensive than Cadians that got exploding 6s with las guns. That's that's more brutal. Okay, let's, man, my head feels like a fog. I don't know what it is. I mean, well, it's been an hour and a half, and I did stream in like an extra hour on the last stream. And I streamed extra long on both my streams yesterday, so don't lasguns hit on a 7 and your force use went down. Tone, you're a couple editions behind, my man. I think you're joking. Yeah, but no, since 8th edition, everything's on a die land plus, so I believe they're hitting on 4-ups. So 4 out of 4, 5s, and 6s. They can't take special weapons that are not flamers and no plasma for them. Well, yeah, it's fairly brutal. I am going to work on... I guess I could do the handle of the Crozius, or I could start working on his face. I mean, I have a lot of the colors here to do a face. Could try doing that a bit. Face. Yeah. Man, I can't tell you how much I am annoyed that my client built this and then sent it to me asking for tier 4. Like, good lord. I have not been looking forward to this guy for reasons like this. It's got, like, scars and stuff in it. Jeez. I can barely get the brush in there. Be a good learning experience for me to ask. Oh yeah, I'm sure. If you can even see it, because I can barely see what I'm doing. Get brown back in there. Cadian Sergeant can also take autogun and be valuable shooting guy, unlike normal infantry. Sergeants get sword and pistol. Autogun. Seems a little bit of a bizarre choice. Man, for anyone else ever thinking of sending me a commission, like, I'm seriously thinking of making it a premium to send me assembled models. Like, I used to give discounts for sending me out of the box or sub-assembly. I might just make it more expensive to send me assembled instead. New guard units got slightly larger in size. I don't know about that one. Rapid Fire 2, Strength 3, AP 0, D1. So lasgun got twice the shots. And they're hitting on 4-ups, right? Because I remember Cultist being 5-ups, and they're supposed to be slightly better than a Cultist. I 10 them now in 9th edition codex. Oh. That seems small. Is that max size? Is only 10 and the same size squad as a Space Marines? What are you basing with? This is Mornfang Brown. Like, I'm gonna build this guy up to a Mongolian look, and this is gonna be my undertone slash shadow tone. Yeah, 4 up, 3 up with new take aim. Yeah, that's actually fairly good because like 4 actually, like if you shove all the Space Marines together, like 4 up to hit is the average shooting capability in the game. It's +1 head and 1 better AP. So you have 10 guys, rapid fire. What's the range on a lasgun? Ugh, got shed hair all over me now. Our gun's rapid fire 2, last gun's rapid fire 1. Oh, okay. Man, I can't get in there enough to tell what I'm doing. Man, I so wish this was just on a nail. And I checked, it's definitely plastic glued. Like I'm not getting this off without damaging something. Will lasgun be stronger than 21st century infantry weapon? Yeah, no, the lasgun in lore straight up would be the best infantry weapon ever designed. By like a long shot. Like Former said, it can blow limbs off, like clean off. Because what happens is that the severe amount of heat, when it hits flesh, it instantly causes instantaneous boiling and evaporation of moisture, which means a sudden and violent explosion of the expansion of the water molecules. So literally, you get hit in the shoulder and your arm is off. Is it good versus armor? Not 40k armor. Against our armor, maybe. Against metal with enough shots, it will heat it up eventually. The lasgun is a full auto weapon, by the way, generally speaking. So like it can shoot actually fairly fast. Better than our infantry guns. Better than some of our vehicle-mounted anti-infantry guns. Because here's the other thing, it's perfectly accurate in the sense that you point it at something, it hits it instantaneously. Has extremely long range in under good environmental factors. Has no recoil, right? It has no recoil, which literally, like, people have to be trained for that because it's weird. It's literally like a point and click shoot. It can be weakened in very moist environments, but that just means it has a shorter range before the liquid in the air disperses its damage thing. It has a very, very large magazine that can be recharged through a bunch of other means. Like, it can be recharged through solar panels on it, or it can be put against heat sources. And it's also extremely durable. Like, it doesn't jam. It can't jam. Can't jam, and it's so durable that it can be, like, reasonably used as a club, like, for a while. Like, it would be massively better than any small arm we have right now. It would instantaneously be the strongest infantry held weapon in the world, in history. It's just, in history, we don't have, like, bolt guns, so it's considered crap. And you can fix bandana, yeah. There's actually pictures of some tribal people putting, like, axe heads on the stocks. That's how durable the thing is. Like, it's unreasonably durable. Are there vehicle mount versions, like on tanks or anything, like Mech War Star, or huge ones? Oh yeah, I forgot about the overcharge thing. You can overcharge the magazines, use them as grenades. Like, straight up. Yes, they're called multi-lasers. If you watch the Astartes animated series, the big 2-barrel thing that shoots a ton of lasers, that is a multi-laser. And it's absolutely brutal, as you can see in the video. Well, there's also the las cannon, right, which is straight up an anti-armor thing, which is pretty much everyone in the Imperium and Chaos uses because it's just really good. You point, click, and vehicle disappears. And there's Titan versions as well of just giant mess-off laser cannons. Nice, nice. I wish there was a big budget animated series similar to the Warhammer Plus one with the Blood Angels. That series was really cool. No, seriously, you should go watch the Astartes thing. That was made by a single dude. It's so nuts that a single dude made that. Yeah, Star Series videos ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, so you remember, so you have seen it, good. So you remember, when the guys are rolling up the like, double barrel laser machine gun piece to that rail and tries shooting it? No, not the single mounted cannon. That's an auto cannon. The, multiple dudes and then one dude with the visor thing. That the guy, the sergeant flashbangs and then uses the plasma pistol on. That's a that thing. That's a multi-laser. That is like the mounted machine gun version of a las gun. You saw how it just shredded all those dudes running away from the Space Marine? Like, yeah, they were bouncing off the stairs. Oh, they didn't bounce. They hit and fizzed, and that's why he has all those pock marks all over him. If you noticed, later on. Dissipate, yeah. They did actually do some damage, because that is a much stronger version of a lasgun on top of being such a high rate of fire. Like, it's the lasgun equivalent of like a twin 50 cal machine gun, effectively. Like, not only is it a machine gun, so has a faster rate of fire than like an assault rifle, it's got a larger bullet. Significantly so. I think there was a last Cannon's other video to Imperial Fist and Astra Militarum defending some book. Wait, that guy made other videos? What? I mean, you probably can't find him now since he got hired by GW or whatever happened with that. This camera pulls out so much yellow. There is a fair bit of yellow in there. I do need to, like, soften that back down. I think he may, not sure. I watched a video on those shells used by the Imperium, which are created by harvesting Dynascreams and inhabitants of player. Oh yeah, those are the, oh man, I just forgot what they, It's not like just the demolition cannon shells. It's like something specific. There's different dude I posted in Discord. It's made by the same guy who made this super sick Krieg video. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It literally like shakes the earth when it hits, partially because of the psychic resonance. Quake can, yeah, that thing. Yeah, don't mind the screaming of the ammo. Yeah, I kept thinking Earthshaker, and I'm like, no, that's just their basic artillery. Like that's their Flak 88, effectively. Not Flak 88. I just always think of it as a Flak 88 because that's what it was always called in like the old Call of Duty games. Back when Call of Duty was about World War II. The OG Call of Duties. Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2. Man, those were good games. Do people even remember those, by the way? I should just fire a ton of them into a Tyranid ball of mass. Well, first you gotta find a Tyranid ball of mass because they don't really deploy in balls. You played the old, ye olde Call of Duties? You remember running behind the Leopard tanks in El Alamein? The incoming waves of Germans in Moscow. The climb up the cliff at Pointe du Hoc. Yeah, you can tell I played the utter crap out of that campaign. Hill 332 something. Blast, I don't remember the full one on that one. I think Tyranids would just block it with plot armor. Quite possibly. I played them, don't remember them. Oh no, what do you mean? They were so good. They even had good multiplayer. I remember the multiplayer standing out because I actually felt like I could get away with using any weapon in the game, and it was actually, like, usable. Like, I think the only gun that wasn't good in that game was, ironically, of all things, the trench gun. Which is kind of hilarious when you consider that the trench gun was so good that the Germans in World War I tried to get it outlawed. Like, make it a war crime to use the trench gun. And everyone was like, nah. What are you talking about, man? You over here using mustard gas. I'm not super pleased how his head's going. I've not been super pleased with how a lot of this guy's going. His chest looks great. Some of the silver, or some of the steel, sorry. Some of the steel looks great. A lot of the rest of this guy, I don't know. I'm really questioning. Music stopped, I'm aware. I gotta grab a new video. Shot in the warped block. And you have the Germans using mustard gas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. Paint the reflection of his Crozius into his beautifully bald head. Dude, that'd be funny. If only I had the skill to pull that off. I barely have the skill to paint his face, apparently. I think I'm just super tired. I don't know. Oh, I was just thinking. Yeah, what they have is a Crozius, not quite an axe. It's more like a shaped mace. Because that is not actually a blade, that is very much a blunt object. Fun fact. Fun fact, Former has fun facts. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting these cars. France was first to use gas weapons in World War I. Yeah, check out the freehand that I posted in Discord. We got freehand in Discord. Let's go. Say what now? It goes in the wrong instance of Chrome. Why? In my dreams, maybe I pull that off. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, that's like really good. Oh. Okay, so wait, Tone. Did you actually do this, or did you find this? No, definitely not. I came across on Facebook on one of the 40K pages. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. There was a time where I was on those pages constantly, reading everything, post occasionally. You might have seen my stuff on there a few times. I haven't posted much of anything anywhere in a while. Too busy working on stream admin to really post much in the way of my social media stuff. You tricked former. I don't know what to do. I'm just painting bad right now. I'm very tired. He's very... yeah, no, that piece is very impressive. Ugh. We're at what? An hour? Yeah, we're an hour in. What did I do from 2 to 6 earlier? So I'm at 5 hours? However, we streamed 7.5 hours yesterday. Oh yeah, Tone, I don't think you realize just how much the channel has grown since you've been here. Like, we're now averaging per stream the last not 2 weeks, because last week I was on vacation. Well, this week anyway, we've been averaging five viewers per stream. Former forgives, but never forgets. We are often having 5, 6, 7 people in chat. We've got 2 admins. I'm considering a third. Not admins, mods. We now have the list for me to keep track of all the stuff I'm doing to improve. Double digits soon? Yeah, I'm going for it. We ended this afternoon stream with 9 people, and we actually ticked over to 10, 11, 12 multiple times through the stream. We have more than a couple commands. Oh hey, our commands hit, with the new counters, we hit 2 posts for the commands. Because people keep asking for and buying commands. And I keep allowing them to have new commands even when they don't buy the commands. And we have... yeah! Starring's Explosion. So he'd always come in with that explosion emote. Oh yeah, one of the ones actually was bought. Let me turn off the music so this actually plays off correctly. This was bought. Well, redeemed with channel points anyway.
None of the sauce.
Yes, Mom.
I do need to turn it up a little bit so it isn't overridden by music. I will do that. We now have, what, 4 counters, I think? Only 2 of them have been being used. 2 more I just put in before this stream. We're running a quotes. What's that from? Hellsing Ultimate Bridge, which we have a bunch of sound alerts from now because I am obsessed with that show or series. I don't know, whatever. What am I looking for? Indie jokes, sass. I need to turn that sound up. There we go. You know it, Former. That's how it'd always be. Alright, now let's try it with the music. Cheers.
None of the sauce.
Yes, Mom.
That will do. So yeah, the list got much shorter. All the things I'm currently working on. Oh, I didn't save it. Hold on. I took a bunch of stuff off it, and I guess it didn't save. Let's try that again. There we go. That's the updated list. So yes, we've been quite busy. In fact, our new mod Bree is working on some new emotes for us and has already done one. Low green, press on screen, click to claim bonus. I clicked it, turned red and said error claiming bonus. I have no idea what that is, man. Honestly, that's a Twitch thing. No idea. What I do know is this is the first of the new emotes we've been given. Oh, and we have a Patreon that actually does stuff. You get stuff if you go to the Patreon and do the Patreon things. So yes, we've been very busy to the point that I guess I'm still pretty exhausted. To the point that my painting is just kind of falling apart. What am I screwing up here? It's because I'm not blending them close enough to each other. It's not a smooth transition. When you've gone through your backlog, what's next? Poll time? Korea. Don't know what country starts with K has 5 letters. Yeah, Korea. Second is E. Oh, let me think. Oh, Kenya. Tone is on top of his geography, man. Yeah, Former does that a lot these days. To the point that half the time I consider just not responding to his messages.
Ha! Got him!
Oh, that stays on way too long. Jeez. Yeah, cut that down by nearly half. Where is that? That's over in sound alerts. There we go. After I've gone through my backlog, I don't even know. At the rate that I and the people come up with ideas, I don't think that clearing the list on that list will ever actually be taken off that list. Especially as some of the things on that list will take me multiple days of dedicated effort to actually do. Have you ever painted anything Xenos? I have. I've painted Necrons, and I have painted, not well, because the guy asked me to not paint them well, Harlequins. In fact, these weird aspects of that commission were so wonky that I don't post pictures of that commission. But I have painted Necrons on several occasions. You haven't painted nothing. I've not really painted anything so far, Zombie, tonight. Tonight's been pretty meh for painting. Where are the boobas? What boobas? I didn't promise any boobas. I'm here now, so even more distractions. Oh, it's not even necessarily for me distracted. I'm just super tired, and nothing I'm painting actually seems to look good. This guy still looks super blotchy. Oh, were there boobas on a commission you're not posting? I mean, technically the, what's the name of the Harlequin Psyker? That's a she. But no, I'm not, no, it was just super low quality and he had really stupid bases he wanted them put on. So like, they're all sitting on rocks and stuff, but he wanted them on these, like, brass industrial bases. It didn't make any sense. It looked like just runic rocks sprout out from underneath like a hive city floor. Like it was just weird and dumb. I feel that I legit took a nap. Yeah, I was working between streams. I took just long enough to eat, and then I was making a bunch of those counters and commands that mostly you asked for. Your buy a command has been fulfilled, by the way. Look at you, cleared half the post. Yeah, I know, I knocked like 4 things off the list. Granted, they were all very quick and easy because they're all command or counter related, but they were done. What's a model you wouldn't...
None of the sauce.
Just bomb.
What's a model you wouldn't paint in your life? You're also tired? Yeah, everyone's tired. It's a tired night. It's Wednesday night. No one cares. Okay, man, back to work. Take it easy. Yeah, you have a good one, Tone. Nice to see you. Don't be such a stranger. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. I don't remember if you're in the Discord because you've been a stranger. Oh yeah, you just posted earlier. What am I talking about? I'm tired. Blech. It's only Wednesday? Yeah, I know, right? It's 3 a.m. here. She's starting to sound like me. I have right to be tired. What is a model I wouldn't paint? I feel like maybe one of those super old derpy ones. I don't know. All the current GW sculpts I'd have no problem painting. I suppose it would more depend on what you wanted me to paint on it, less so than the model itself. Like, painting a massive amount of Harlequins with all the checkers and nonsense on them, that I would be highly hesitant on. But I mean, besides that... Or like a bunch of Dark Angels with checkers on them. Or Lamenters. Oh hey, more white scars. Let's not do that, huh? Although, to be fair, these days, I would charge enough that I probably would paint more white scars. It's just finding someone that would actually want to pay me the amount that I would charge for me to paint more white scars like I've been doing. I vowed to never paint Space Marine. Dude, that's a lot of really good, awesome sculpts you have removed yourself from experiencing. Okay, this guy's starting to come together. I think part of why he doesn't look good is because I haven't done the facial hair. Also, again, the camera just keeps adding a bunch of yellow. You know, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try putting a straight up filter on this thing to just remove some yellow. Color correction. Hue shift. Okay, that's towards blue and that, or red, and that's towards blue. Alright, well, that doesn't help me. What other options do I have here? Oh, this is color key. That doesn't help me either. Maybe in, oh no, that's audio, or, well, audio video filter. Anything? No. Nids only, right, form? Regular dudes only. You wouldn't paint me? Oh, you had something special. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. They don't have a filter that can help me just reduce yellow in the mix. Because it really is adding quite a bit of yellow. I think I'm going to move on to painting his facial hair and then continue painting his face after that so I have a better reference of where it all sits. I'm still in this painting thing and not really good, so I wouldn't dare painting, what, Zombie? I don't think Zombie's a very complex sculpt, to be honest. And Space Marines are designed to, for the most part, be fairly easy. I'll allow that excuse. Alright, so I'm gonna paint his hair white. But it's white hair. It's not like white armor. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with Corax white. Even though I hate this paint, but it's the right color for what I want to do here. By the way, Zombie, what did you do exactly? Because you came in, there were two people. It was Former and Tone. And I was like, I'm exhausted. And I was even inwardly considering just calling it a short stream. Because my painting was terrible and I was exhausted. And you came in, and now there's 6 people viewing. Like, just have me multiple tabbed right now, or how'd you manage to bring the party with you? What can I say? I'm a life with the party. I mean, the stats speak for themselves, I suppose. Yes, sir. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm losing my mind. Alright. Time to base coat over black with Corax white. It's hard to be bored when I'm around, because I'll find ways to entertain myself. And that part is definitely true. And terrifying. Man, it's been a while since I painted anything white purely with brush. There are reasons why the majority of my white is done with airbrush. This is actually going on fairly well, I think. Alright, now with my light obstructed by this Crozius, danger, excitement, mustaches. Correct. Mustache, mustache, mustache. I know my Team 4-star. It's literally Team 4-star quotes in the sound alerts. Borderlands 2 is such a good game. It really was. I got from the Hammerlock DLC in Borderlands 2. Well, ironically, I think that was re-quoted by Team 4-star because there's at least a very similar quote or joke arc. There is a whole thing about Vegeta potentially having a mustache in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And they turned that into a music video. Like, there's a music video about Vegeta having a mustache. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo the tie around them, but I feel like that would be a lot easier than this. Just going to be multiple coats, and this guy did not clean up the plastic very well. I could not be bothered by trying to fix it myself. Need more paint. Because getting paint out of this pot sucks. Just straight up sucks. This is quite literally goo. What I need to do to get those timings right, I need to sit down and go through the sound alerts with like my stopwatch app on my phone. Measure out exactly how long the tones are, and then adjust the images to that. You hadn't poked that one yet? Uh-huh. If this brush would like to come clean, I'd be very appreciative. Can't talk. I didn't say I was good at talking. I did claim I was good at painting, but I'm beginning to doubt that too. But follow me on social media anyway. Speaking of not being good at painting, that's just I guess I'm redoing that later, apparently. Blast. The facial hair went on so easy, and now the hair, which I thought would be the easier part, is giving me such a hassle. Finally remember my Insta login earlier, so now I can follow you there on there too. Nice. Thank you. You could be number 1602, I believe. Now he's off trying to find his lineman still. What he doesn't realize is he can't find him because I have him right here. Yep. Man was lurking in the shadows this whole time. Wow. I still have your linemen though. Man, that's some... You know what? Nope, makes sense. He's a Raven Guard. You will not know he's there unless he wants you to know he's there. I swear sometimes I have a friggin' peach impediment. Peach impediment? Speech impediment. Yeah, I definitely have a speech impediment. Jeez. Ugh. If we had a counter for every time I messed up a word or a phrase or sentence. That's all that would ever be in chat, is people putting ad counters on it. There literally would be nothing else happening in chat. Yeah, ninja mode. It's real. I mean, come on. Do you not even know what Raven Guard do? Where is it?
Hello there.
Yeah, know what Raven Guard do? Raven Guard are the 19th Legion of the Legiones Astartes and are masters of infiltration, subterfuge, stealth, and assassination.
You ready for weird story time? I'm ready for weird story time.
Okay, geez, what even about the Raven Guard specifically? I mean, there's the original Raven Guard Legion. Perfect segue. Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to like his head more. But I can do more with his hair. Alright, so the Raven Guard, Space Marine. Okay, first, Zombie, you have to decide upon the Legion or the chapter. And I have to try to remember a whole bunch of stuff while my head feels like it's a cotton ball. About Primaris and how it basically was each legion personified. Oh, the Primaris Space Marines. What makes Raven Guard different and special from the other 8 or however many? No, it's the other 8 loyal Space Marine Legion, or Space Marine bloodlines. Alright, so legions and bloodlines are basically the same thing. It's just after the Horus Heresy, the remaining loyalist legions were split up into chapters of no more than 1,000 battle brothers, which actually means they're more like 1,200 Space Marines roundabout. I've done a whole article's worth of explaining how that's calculated. But anyway, so the Raven Guard, so I guess what the Raven Guard shtick is that they're stealth specialists. They use stealth and sabotage and guerrilla warfare tactics for the most part. That is because of two things. One, that was the primary preferred means of warfare by their Primarch, Corvus Corax, which on one hand was because of his inherent psychic ability where he could will other minds to not see him. Additionally, he learned stealth and guerrilla warfare from his upbringing. Yeah, we're gonna go through a whole bunch of Raven Guard lore, I guess. On what was the name of the moon before it was renamed? The main planet's Kievar. The moon was renamed Deliverance. I don't remember offhand what the moon was called before, but it was a prison colony. Mostly political prisoners, but also some genuinely violent people. Used for mining work by the tech guilds of the planet itself. And Corvus Corax, the Primarch, was found as a child after the Primarchs were scattered across the galaxy by the Chaos Gods. Was found by the prisoners, the good ones that were just political prisoners and not because of any, like, what we would call an actual crime. and eventually led them in a uprising to throw off the tyranny of the tech guilds. So when he took over the Raven Guard Legion, being from his bloodline once he was reunited with the Emperor, that was continued, though it was always in their gene seed. Not that the original 19th Legion were particularly stealthy, but a little stealthy. Lysaeus. Yeah, it was Lysaeus. Yep, thank you, Venom. It was Lysaeus. So from there, they went through the Great Crusade as mostly a stealth and infiltration legion, which worked, as they tried to be a bit more ethical in the sense that, they liked to end wars with a single bullet, for example, by infiltrating one guy into the enemy command center and taking out their top leader. And when, let's say a human confederation that just doesn't want to be ruled by the Imperium of Man sees the Imperium Man show up, and one Space Marine, a 7.5-foot tall super soldier, just show up in their midst and pop their leader with a bull pistol. That's usually enough for most people to surrender. You don't want none of that. So they did that. Alright, so then Horus Heresy happens, the Raven Guard are completely demolished. They're taken from about 90,000 Space Marines to about 3,000 in a single battle called the Drop Site Massacre on Istvan V. Where... yeah, we gotta go through a lot of lore. Here we go. Horus Heresy. Originally, it looked like it was just the Sons of Horus, World Eaters, the Death Guard, and the Night Lords. No, not the Night Lords, sorry. The, Emperor's Children had turned traitor. So to take down these 4 traitorous legions, they sent out a fleet of 8. Not realizing that 5 of them were also secretly traitorous. So when the first wave was made up by the Salamanders, Iron Hands, and Raven Guard, and they began pushing back the traitorous 4 legions, back at the drop site, the loyalist legions were starting to pull back for reinforcement and resupply, and then their relief forces, the other legions of the Word Bearers, Iron Warriors, Night Lords, Alpha Legion, and Word Bearers, Iron Warriors, Alpha Legion, Night Lords, and what was the last one? Oh, what was the last one? No, wait, nope. I think it wasn't 8. I think it was 7. I think it was 4 legions and then 3. Yeah. Anyway, they opened fire on the Raven Guard and Salamanders, pulling back, with the Iron Warriors were trying to push on ahead. So they got crushed between 4 entire legions on both sides. And very few survived. Ferrus Manus, the Primarch of the Iron Hands, was flat out killed. They thought they killed Vulcan of the Salamanders because they nuked him, but he's a perpetual, so he can't actually die. His body will always reconfigure itself, a la like Wolverine, or more like Deadpool, really. Corvus Corax barely made it out because of shenanigans, basically. 4 versus 3, no, it was really 8 versus 3. Because you had the original 4 traitors, and then the other 4 that they thought were allies that turned on them. So really it was 8 versus 3. With 4 legions on both sides. Yeah, that's why it's called the Drop Site Massacre. Hundreds of thousands of Space Marines fell that day. It was the single largest Space Marine on Space Marine conflict in Imperial history. With around about 87,000 Raven Guard dying. On that, like, within the course of like 4 hours. Or something like that. It was like 4 or 5 hours. Order 66 to 40k. Oh, you know, it really was. That really was Order 66 to 40k. Like, that's no joke. Real hard. Real hardcore. And it wasn't, like, there was a lot of Space Marines, but there were also even elements of the Imperial Army. So you even had Space Marines getting blown apart by, like, Bane Blades and stuff. That happened as well. Alright, so Corvus Corax makes his way back to... I guess I'm just giving the entire history of Raven Guard, like, in summary. Corvus Corax makes his way back, starts trying to rebuild the Raven Guard. In doing so, he went back to Terra to talk to the Emperor to try to get some help, and the Emperor actually gave him parts of the original Primarch project to try to speed up the making of more Space Marines. Unfortunately, some of the Raven Guard they brought back were actually infiltrating Alpha Legion that had literally taken the faces of fallen Raven Guard and posed as Raven Guard. Mutant Raven Guard, I wanted many of those. I think you could make what comes in a second. You know, I'll talk about that in a second. This face is actually kind of coming together. Like, again, it looks better in person. Just in your mind, drop some of the yellow hue in his face. He does, actually, you probably could do with a little bit more yellow considering it's supposed to be like Mongolian, but he is looking pretty good. I'm keeping his eyes black on purpose, by the way. Like, his eyes just super shadowed. So Alpha Legion infiltrate, and they learn about the special juice. So they sabotage it, and there's a whole battle of hunting down and taking out the Alpha Legion, and it's a whole book. Deliverance Lost. It's a fairly decent book. So the new version of the Space Marines, which were they were called the Raptors, originally were bigger, faster, stronger, more capable Space Marines based upon the Primarch Project resources they were given. Which is one of the reasons why I say people that complain about the Primaris Marines are stupid. This is not the first time we've had super rare super soldiers, okay? I don't care. We've literally had it before. Whatever. Get over it. So, yeah, Corax is pretty upset, and but long story short, he ends up just being like, okay, we're gonna just harry their supply lines like super hard, and goes on a guerrilla campaign of bleeding the traitors' forces from behind. Effectively. And that's what they spend most of the Horus Heresy doing. They didn't really do a whole crap load besides that because they didn't have the numbers to do anything significant. After the Horus Heresy is complete, the Raven Guard gets split up with all the other legions into chapters, except for the Space Wolves, because Space Wolves could give a crap. And then because of all the... Oh, yeah, no, I didn't even mention the Raptors. Sorry, I go back to the Raptors. The Raptors got sabotaged by the Alpha Legion, so they all started mutating horrifically and turned into absolute monsters that ended up having to be put down even after they continued to fight for a little while. Like, alongside the other Raven Guard. They continued to fight for a little while, but ended up having to all be purged. By Corvus Corax. He did it himself. Like a real man. Following that, which is why I say the Mutant Raven Guard, I think you could probably just get possessed models and do it like that. I have no idea what the rules for them would be, because I don't even know Horus Heresy to begin with. I suppose you could just run them as possessed, because the or the Gal Vorbak, which are the word bearers named possessed units. I suppose you could just run them like that, and that would be pretty close. You'd have to find people that would allow you to do that, but, I mean, seeing that Horus Heresy is a lot more narrative than competitive, I can imagine that shouldn't be that hard. Alright, so... moving forward. Should this guy have eyebrows? Does this guy have some white eyebrows? Oh yeah, I never went back and highlighted the hair. I was gonna highlight the hair more and get some Corax white. Okay, so Corax is riddled with guilt and ends up leaving the Raven Guard to go and find... I don't even remember. He just leaves. He just leaves. He says he needs a pack of smokes from the gas station down the road and never comes back. However, we have learned very recently, as that was fairly old lore, well established. Recently, we've learned that he, in the modern day, is currently bullying Lorgar, one of the traitor Primarchs in the Warp, killing a bunch of word bearers and just effectively trapping Lorgar in his castle. So Lorgar can't really leave. Because, Lorgar knows that Corax has always been a better fighter, and that was proven during the Dropside Massacre when Lorgar got a hold of Lorgar and nearly killed him. Would have killed him if not for the intervention of Kurz, the Primarch of the Night Lords. I actually listened to that book fairly recently, and yeah, that Lorgar was like, you are going to kill me. I am going to die right here. In fact, a bunch of other word bearers thought he was going to die. They were all like, nope, he's screwed. The word bearers were like, our dad's getting beat. That's what's about to happen right here. It was that one-sided. I did an I did a solid right there. There is an counter now, by the way. So, in the modern day, you have the Raven Guard that kind of going along with them having low numbers after the Horus Heresy and the sabotage of the better gene seed. Their gene seed is destabilized. They have several of their organs that do not function, so they can no longer spit acid like most Space Marines can, for example. There's an organ that affects Astartes' skin to change it dynamically to help protect from radiation, as well as a few other benefits. That gets a little weird, and all Raven Guard are regardless of how they started, over time they will become paler and paler, their eyes will turn black, and their hair will turn black. Like, deep, deep black. And when I mean their eyes, I don't mean their irises, I mean like their entire eyes will turn black. So, painting Raven Guard eyes is actually very easy. You just paint black dots. So, because of that, Raven Guard continue to become even more refined in stealth tactics, as they are no longer a legion with tens of thousands of legionnaires and armored support and Imperial Army support, etc. They are now just a Space Marine chapter with 1,000 Space Marines. There are almost never actually at 1,000 Space Marines. There I go again. Because their gene seed degenerating, kind of. So they end up having a lot of scouts in very intense stealth warfare. Yeah, your brain and everyone else's brain. I think Venom's is the only one with a brain currently functioning right now. Mine certainly isn't. his hair came out pretty good, I think. I need to fix the tie on it, which I may as well do now because I have to put a little tie on the bones in his chest piece. Oh, I haven't even gone into the culture of the Raven Guard, by the way. So, the Raven Guard, not the Raven Guard, the 19th Legion that became the Raven Guard before Corvus Corax showed up were from the Asiatic Ash Wastes, effectively Mongolia, Central Asian steppe. And they were a cold, brutal people. And combined with the watchfulness of the Raven Guard gene seed, Corvus Corax's gene seed, they were brutal conquerors that would be ever aware of any attempts at rebellion against them in a conquered populace, and were absolutely cruel in their responses to that. They also spent a lot of time serving alongside the 16th Legion, the Luna Wolves, later to be the Sons of Horus. Yes, the ones of the Horus Heresy. After Corvus Corax showed up with his jolly band of former prisoners, political prisoners that were in prison because of their grandiose ideas of like freedom of choice and general, what we would call modern day liberal ethics, liberal in the classic sense. Corvus Corax did not like the 16th Legion at all, and actually exiled a lot of their leaders straight up. And the Raven Guard later then became known for liberating populations, hunting down tyrants, assassinations, and today are still known as one of the better Space Marines in regard to their treatment of normal humans. Already there from. This is the Son of Horus for a second, threw me off. Yeah, RG Guerrilla Tactics, CQC, Infiltration, Brutal Primarch, and the fact they are kind of freedom fighters in a sense. Sons of Horus is Slash. Yeah, there's probably a Chaos Warband called the Sons of Horus. However, it's not to say the Raven Guard are all good guys. As you might remember, 40k has no good guys. On the flip side, every Primarch was, in a sense, a tool of the Emperor, and they all had a specific purpose. Leman Russ was the Emperor's executioner. Guilliman was his logistician. Dorn was his, there's that, I have stopped myself from umming about 5 times now, so it is working, it is helping. Wow, he even has a title. What was his title? I gotta look it up, it's gonna bug the crap out of me. Praetorian. The Emperor's Praetorian. Corax was his vengeance. Was his pure, unbridled vengeance. There is a book, Corax, where the Imperium is pushing into a region of space controlled by a confederation of human regions, human, like, small, kingdoms. Yeah, there's another one for you. Not kingdoms, but, city-states built around asteroids in this crazy orbital mess. They begin conquering them one by one. It's pretty hard. It's not great. because as they keep overlapping, they're able to support each other against these invaders. I'm going to begin working on the chapter symbol for now. For reference, I'm still having a hard time with the brass. I tried this earlier, adding more red, and I think it's looking better, but still not quite right. So I'm going to spend some time tomorrow researching more about how to paint Stamatak metal brass, because it's not coming out as easy as the steel. So at one point, one of the leaders of these asteroid cities releases a airborne virus that turns a ton of his people into literal zombies. Like, I mean classic, like, Left 4 Dead zombies. To give him time to escape by slowing down the Space Marines. This infuriated Corax. I mean, like, he left the Imperial Army to clean up and took heavy losses while he went and hunted down this leader and then had him they sent in Moritat, which is a specialist unit of somewhat crazy Raven Guard. They had this thing called the Ash Blindness. There's another Ash Blindness, or the Sable Brand. I don't feel like going into that right now. I'm actually starting to get a mild headache. To just mess up the ship that the guy was running in, this huge ship. And because of that damage, left the ship to begin to coast into that system's sun. During that time, Corax opens the Vox channel to that ship, to the leader guy, and kept it on the whole time. As first it starts with threats, and then slow realization, and then bargaining, and then pleading, and then screaming until it stopped. And this was broadcasted not just on his command deck, but the entire fleet. And everyone else, actually, all the other systems. In fact, his vengeance was so brutal that when he was fighting Lorgar was like, I have never seen this face on another brother of mine, and I am legitimately scared right now. Another Primarch was outright scared of Corax when seeing Corax's, like, absolute fury and bid for vengeance in killing Lorgar for being a traitor. Yeah, he's awesome. Corax is great. No, I knew what you meant. Corax is straight up. So there is a joke that Conrad Kurz is 40k Batman, except way more brutal. Corax is actually a lot more like Batman, except actually he's the Batman we actually need, because he will absolutely kill people. He will absolutely kill people. Like, they described him as a blender as he went through the Word Bearer's Space Marines. Actually, yeah, what led up to him fighting Lorgar was a bunch of Word Bearers kept calling on the radio, like, Lorgar, Father, help us, we are dying. because Corax was going through, like, an absolute blender. Because what he uses is, he has lightning claws, retractable lightning claws, built into both his gauntlets. He has a pistol, an Archaeotech pistol, I don't remember what exactly it does. A giant power whip. And then his jump pack are these giant wings that end in monomolecular blades. So he just has to move in a swiping motion with his back as he's doing whatever else, and he is chopping Space Marines in half. I'm gonna get a picture. This is Corvus Corax. You see a giant power pack behind there? All those are blades. Those are all blades. Those would go right through a Space Marine, no problem at all. Like, just look at this guy. I'm pretty sure this is fan art. I don't think this is official art. But this is the Raven Guard that I make my Raven Guard after, where he's like got the skulls of traitors just dangling from him. That is exactly what I'm about. That's what I'm about. This is official art right here. The only downside is his model is kind of crap. Mostly from the face. I mean, some of the. Oh no, that's not the actual. Where's the actual like his Oh, that's from a guy painting it. Painted it fairly well, but like the face in particular is just pretty awful. There are a few different versions of 3D prints of him wearing his helmet, because he does have a helmet. We're not really given much of a description as to what it looks like, but he does have a helmet. And recently, when I mentioned that he's been messing with Lorgar in the warp, because he's been in the warp for so long, I have to restart the music. He's kind of awakened and kind of turned into a bit of a bird demon thing. This is not official art, this is more fan art, but something like this is not far off from the descriptions of him. Something like a flock of murder of ravens. An unkindness of ravens. That was just eradicating word bearers. Not the same thing happened as what happened on Isvan, actually. It was the same thing. Lorgar's meditating in his chaos room, and then he hears on the radio, Lorgar, Father, we are dying. There's a demon destroying us. And they come out, Lorgar comes out, and he's like, that's no demon. Brother, what has come of you? It can turn into an unkindness of ravens like classic vampire could turn to bats. That's kind of what they're insinuating he does now in that specific short story. He didn't do that, to my knowledge, ever in like the Horus Heresy or Great Crusade. Also, some really cool fan art of him. A different variation of his armor and his helmet that I am quite partial to. I quite enjoy this version of him. It's very much giving into that psychic shadow essence. Yeah, no, this is actually part of a giant mural this guy did of a bunch of the Primarchs, and it's really good. There's not a link to the rest of that here. This is official art, is a better look at his face. And he is kind of a bro in the lore, in the books, at least in regard to his own Space Marines and also the other mortal humans serving along with him. Your 3D printed one could be turned into Corax. If it was big enough, you'd have to look into what the scale is of the model, because that's pretty big. Like, that's a Legionnaire right there. So, Legionnaire goes up to about his mid-chest. So that 3D sculpt would have to be pretty big. But I mean, you know, if he meets the size requirement, then yeah, he could. Yeah, I hate his face on this model. Why is his eyes closed? It's also, this is a nice angle for it. If you look at it straight on, it is very flat. Like, it looks like someone punched him and just flattened his face. It's not good. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't look like his art at all. It's very weird. Oh, that's the thing I was using to try to figure out the brass earlier, but yeah, I will do more of that tomorrow. Alright. I think I'm kind of satisfied with his face. I might work on it a little bit more in the future, but not much. Probably just adding a little bit more highlighting to his forehead. But not right now. I appreciate the above and beyond lore dump. Well, oh, I still didn't even get to modern day with the Primaris Marines. But, I mean, it is my personal faction. In case you forgot. Where's one with the... Grab this one. Like, that is the faction I play. It is Raven Guard. Get more points, and tomorrow's a new day. Learn about Martin RG Primaris stuff tomorrow. I am not streaming on here tomorrow. I'm streaming on here Friday. Tomorrow I am mostly off, except for at night I will be doing my first of the Discord Patreon only streams, which currently is just Venom, which I guess we're talking about more Raven Guard. Guess it's just Venom and I. Some advanced Raven Guard tactics, and I think going into some of their deeper, obscure lore. Alright, I really have to figure out if I am making this Pauldron white or not. I probably should be. If I can even get on, I have a sick kid. Oof. Well, you'll have to let me know. You have to let me know tomorrow how it's looking. I intended it on being at around about when I normally stream at night. Whatever that time is for you. Message me tomorrow on Discord? Yeah, that works. There's another, I just don't want to paint this white, but I think I'm gonna have to. I'm an hour behind. Okay, so 6:37-ish start time. Though it can be a bit later. It's just I would like to call it around 11 at latest, because that's when I normally have my dinner. So 10 for you. I don't want to get in the habit of going super late unless we're doing like some kind of event. Like a big community gaming stream or something like that. Oh, I think I just figured out the answer to Tone's question. What happens after I clear the list? Well, I spend more time making new kinds of merch, because I have a bunch of ideas. All good, most likely I'll be able to participate every other week as we take turns putting the kid down. Ah. Man, that wording, I just thought of a lot of very dark jokes. I will leave it there, though. Yeah, that's what came to mind, basically. I was like, that's quite the wording there.
Purge them in flame!
And I was like, wait, there's a thing for this. Yeah, there's a thing for Kill It With Fire. It's almost like I planned ahead for things like that. Almost. Oh yeah, so the SAS things... I have the technology. The SAS thing, by the way, does... I just thought of this, by the way. That the SAS thing did confirm that in theory I can quite easily get just about any soundbite I want and attach it to a command through Mix It Up. So yeah, prepare thyself. I have ideas. Oh man, I just realized there's a huge mess of stuff I want from Russian Badger. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's about to get real memey in here, boys. Yeah, I have the technology. I have the technology to make life either very funny or very difficult for you. I did say funny or difficult. Yeah, this stream is about to become the meme verse. Yeah, this is why I'm like, what do you mean clear the list? That list is never going to be cleared. I get ideas faster than I can execute them. I need a team. I need to make more money so I can pay a team to keep up with all my ideas. Because man, I will keep them busy. Here, go through these videos and get all these quotes. And attach them to commands. Who am I kidding? I don't trust other people to make this stuff. I don't. I have to do it. So this right here is what people think I spend all my time doing, painting the white scars. No, I normally just do this with an airbrush, but somebody had to assemble the entire model. Kill me. I couldn't help myself, I got excited. Help yourself with what? What'd you do? Sign for the Patreon? Is that what you did? Oh, building the model. Right. Oh, now you're doing that stuff? Now? Consider me shocked and appalled. This isn't the man I thought I knew. Apparently, he's nothing but a troll.
How the blood-soaked Protestant hell did you do that?
Fuck you, that's how.
Hey, Diablo. How's it going? Going okay? Good. It is good. It is good that you are doing okay. Blow Bob is here. You're technically not wrong. How am I doing? I feel like my head's about to pop. I am exhausted. But I am trying to continue and make progress in none of the ways I planned on making progress. Or even wanted to make progress. But here we are. I am not painting metallics. I am unfortunately painting white the old-fashioned way. Yeah, you and me both, Venom. That's where I'm at. I'm just hanging out till bed. I'm quite glad that I have tomorrow mostly off. Well, from streaming anyway. I am probably still going to be doing admin stuff most of the day. I like you guys, but anyone can tell you. Doesn't matter how much fun you're having in stream, this is still tiring. What white and matte black do you recommend using? Just curious. I use Army Painter. I've been told Pro Acrylic is better, but I've not yet gotten my hands on any Pro Acrylic just yet. So I can't say of my own experience. I can say what you're seeing right now is Army War Painter matte white. And whenever you see me using matte black, it is Army Painter, unless I say it's Abaddon black, because I have a little bit of Abaddon black left and I'm trying to work my way through it. So I can move on to only using anything else. Well, Abaddon black's not bad, it's just other ones are better. GW whites, however, are awful. Also, what varnish? Making a list to pick up tomorrow. I have been using GW Storm Shield, but that's I don't even know that much about varnish, to be honest. I'm sure there's people that do that better too, but that's what I have currently from like forever ago. So that's what I've been using for varnish. You got it. Just do some research on doing varnishing on minis, so you don't end up like frosting your mini, for example, which is when the varnish grabs a whole bunch of particulates and gives it like a whitish coating. That's pretty hard to fix and really annoying. And Army Painter just ended their Cyber Monday stuff too. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I guess that would make sense. It being Wednesday and all. Man, it's starting to look almost like Black Templars right here. It's Pretty close to Black Templars. I am coming very close, by the way, to just going through all of the pain in the rear of switching back to my original camera app. I got stuck with this one because I wanted to stream my tablet, but I haven't been streaming my tablet and don't intend to until I finish the White Scars, so... I am just in a mood. Just put it that way. The mood is tired. I've been thinking of hooking up my Sony DSLR camera as a streaming camera. Oh really? I think we're all in the same moody boat. That sounds about right. That's why you guys are still here. Pretty sure I've already annoyed off a bunch of the other people that have popped in and out silently as the stream's going on. There's like 2 unaccounted for lurkers. Oh, tell me what kind of boat I'm in. I am in a dinghy with several holes in it. What time is it? 10:23? Oh, cool. I'll seduce you into whatever boat I want. That's respectable. Ugh. My goat drifted away. You gotta go after your goat, man. I'm just floating here, wondering why I got in the boat in the first place. Not the goat. Oh boy. Spent 20 years in the Air Force because at least when I hear we're going down, I know that's gonna end fast. None of that floundering and trying to swim for hours crap. Nope, mountainside, here I come. That's definitely a way of looking at it. Like, if things are gonna go wrong, you may as well get it over quick. What's going on with my sock now? Everything's going weird tonight. I'm about to be like, I'm out. Alright, now I do the classic white shading recipe. Venom, do you remember what the next step is after the base coat of white? Should have the whole thing memorized by now. You only got, what, half hour left? Yeah, something like that. 35 minutes, roundabout. I'm gonna try to make it. Venom's like quickly looking at my white tutorial recipe. Base coat whites, slapping on it is called. Man, can't even. Also, this white is not that even. I wonder if actually I should be. Hold on. Should I maybe? Yes. Maybe Yeah, I should just go ahead and make this way harder on myself. Because why not? Make it look better if I work it off. I could be entertained as long as I can.
It was at
I'm
this moment
dropping
that
here.
he knew. He fucked up.
Oh yeah, probably. Probably. This right here. Yep, making this decision. I'm gonna grab... Why am I grabbing this? I am grabbing a paint I have not touched in over a year, I think. This is called Celestra Gray. It is a weird off-white blue-green nonsense. I don't even know if it's still usable. Man, that is some slurry in there. Okay. So what paints look like after a while. That's gotta be mixed. Yeah, the needle's not gonna do it. I have to use the paddle. So I don't have a mixing machine like some fancy people, Ruckus. No Corex white, white scars, vomit, you know. I'm getting there. I'm doing the shadow first. Because there's plenty of pauldron here that is looking at the ground. I'll work my way up to those. Some of my pots are already big solidish globs. Oh, you mean like my Corex white? As cool as the guy is, the paint is not good. It's probably the best mix this paint has ever been. It actually looks like a color now. And that color is almost Space Wolves. It's like a slightly green take on Space Wolves. That's the color it's supposed to be. It's actually... its consistency isn't bad right now. It's been like 3 months. What a waste. Yeah, that's sometimes just how it be. Making paint is surprisingly, for how much chemistry it is, more of an art than a science. By my understanding. Not that I've made art, but I've talked to people... Not art. Yeah, I've made art. Not made paints. But I have talked to some people that make paint. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I have no idea if this is going to work, but I am going to try it, because I am aspiring for excellence, even when it hurts. Because I'm a fool. Let's go to bed, big day tomorrow, and I'm exhausted. Have a good one, Bob. Grab that big day by the horns and make it yours. With whatever it is you're doing. See, there we go. So now I have a point down and the shadow's a lot more there. Now, also, some paint got on the metal bit of my brush. I know what it's called, I can't remember right now. It's like finial or something like that. That's all over my fingers. Alright, moving on to Corex White, unfortunately. I just watched how it's made. It was paintbrushes and brooms. Oh, I know this one. Feral. Oh, okay. Man, it's only one boy. Kinda, yeah. But hey, I'm a dude that paints toys on camera to entertain other men with no lives. How It's Made is a cool show. I'm not dissing How It's Made, but I couldn't help the chance to diss both Venom and myself. It's just all fascinating to see how minuscule things in my life were made / assembled. Yeah. I remember back when I was like hardcore studying macroeconomics, and there was this speech by Milton Friedman about how no one knows how to make a pencil. I thought that was so fascinating. Like, I watched that back when I was like 17, 18, and I still remember what like a lot of the video looked like and what it was. You can tell how tired I am to how little I'm bullying Venom. That's fair. That's a good summary. Good summary of the night. Yeah, I really gotta switch apps. My camera quality used to be so much better. I like the theory of if I could go back in time and be a millionaire by telling them technologies we have today, like bows and arrows, try assault rifles, but then no one knows how to make any of it, and you'd be burned alive for being a heretic or a witch for your mentally ill future technologies. Don't have an enemy to fight back. Anyways, this point is oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back in time and I know how to make assault rifle. It's great. You know how to make all of the like technology pieces necessary to make an assault rifle. Like, do you realize how much technology is required to produce any of the tech that we use today? Like, that isn't just steel, which, by the way, steel is a relatively recent invention in the sense of what we use. Those are alloys. Those are multi-metallic alloys. I need to straight up blend some of this Koroks away in this white scar to make the color I need. Because this isn't blending very well. And the camera really doesn't want to... Let me try this. Pull all the way back. It says no zoom. Does that make this easier or harder? Nope. Alright, let me try zooming all the way. That doesn't want to zoom at all. Or focus. Yeah, light's waiting it out too much, but it's surprisingly good transition from one card to another as like a ongoing shadow going on there. I'm kind of proud of it, actually. Well, at first glance anyway, there is a bit that I need to clean up, to be honest. I am making an absolute mess of this trophy bit. I need more Korax White. Not what Korax White. White Scar. And thankfully, I think done with Korax White. Man, that paint's so bad. Session just ended, and boy did it go well. I'm super happy with how it turned out. Nice. How did it conclude? Did they negotiate him down? Sup, Bamp? Hello, there, some peace. If this wasn't pre-assembled, I assume you would airbrush that pad. Oh, absolutely. This would have been matte, smooth matte white like I normally do, and then I would paint everything else around it. Absolutely. Absolutely. The head would have been primed white as well. Everything else would have been primed white, but the head and the shoulder pad would have been primed in base coat white to start. 3.5 hour session, but shorter than I normally do, but it went very well. Yeah, I was rather surprised last time when we went like 5.5 hours, and I was like, oh. Man, a long time since I've done that much D&D in one go. Most of my games these days are 3 hours. In the end, every NPC was killed, and out of the players, one of them was one-shot in a final confrontation, another used reaction to reflect the damage an ally was dealt to the attacker, killing him instantly as well, a poetic end to a murder mystery, only 2 survivors. My games use around 5 hours, but 2 hours everyone's messing around. But how many lingerie pillow fights see? Yeah. That's actually pretty cool, using the, one shot against him. No, I've been way too stressed and distracted the whole time. Man, so I don't get to know what happened, what the one dude's lingerie looked like, huh? Because in case Venom missed it, it ended up being 2 chicks, 1 dude. You hand out, zombie? Ah, couldn't quite make it to the end, huh? Fair enough. I'll catch you later. If you're here Friday, we'll continue the Raven Guard lore with the Myron stuff. There is more lint in my water. Backup water it is. There's actually lint in there too. What's going on? Must be people walking above me. Romance Foo's done. Larry, you a hot piece of drunk. Roommate's Foo's done cooking. Nice. Him with a negative hollow out of nowhere. Oh. It's time for weeb stuff. Homebrewed on the spot. Nice. Later all. Have a great one, zombie. It's ghost that when it flies through you, it fills you with nothing but negative thoughts, making you helpless with depression. Nice. I am over here. Falling apart from exhaustion. It's been a good 3 days, but it's been a long 3 days. I get most of a day off tomorrow. By day off, I mean doing much admin stuff, but you know. Cool idea. Keep stealing out a C's idea from my own homebrew. I mean, if you're gonna steal ideas from anyone, C's seems like a pretty good target. He forgets to copyright any of his stuff. I'm just dropping these like, I should have been born a worm. I can't cut as a human. I'm worthless. They roleplayed that? That's pretty brutal. I think they might have some issues they need to work out. At least I know I'm worth something. That's why I keep telling you guys to pay me. Another drop that wouldn't even cut is dog food. Wow. It's like with a joking tone to it. No, I want like serious acting. I feel like that way someday. Sans Ghost. I used to be like that. Then I killed that. Joke's on you, I'm only stealing it from a thief. That's why I saw that thing for a bounty on C's head. What? Can't get this white to blend together nicely. Blend together nicely so I can call you done. Except for some deep recess shading. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Double thieving. I had an empty room. As a DM, it's my responsibility to put something in that room, so I did that, and it worked flawlessly. Nice. Nah, just a bunch of empty rooms. In fact, dude, so many empty rooms one after another, it begins having the players question everything. And, what did I even just say? At the end, in the end, one of the players was like, hey, can you send me that, like, depression spell so I can use it? Be just like, doesn't exist. Sometimes it be that way. Is 10 of. I'm gonna put shading on the inside of this pauldron and I'm cutting it. I better not screw it up. It's gonna be such a pain in the rear to fix this if I screw it up. Fortunately, I have a very nice point on this brush right now, so should be good. Ah, it has the skull on it, so I have to go around the skull. That was a little wide, but okay. I made him actually feel bad for the villain with some ODST sad piano. Oh no! And that whole vampire wife who was haunted backstory. Nice. Sounds like a very successful D&D game. There we go. Actually, a lot of painting going on right there with that white. But it looks pretty good on my end. I really need to fix the camera stuff. The camera will hopefully look fairly better Friday. Alright, where are we at? 10:55. We're a couple minutes away from 3 hours. My eyes are still inside my skull, so that's a good sign. Ugh. So, quiet stream, comparatively to the last couple weeks have been. A good stream, and the fact that you people in chat have been quite wonderful. I, however, I need to go unzombify. Now I have zombify from falling in reverse stuck in my head. I will see most of you Friday. And I might see one of you tomorrow. You guys know how it all works. We're not gonna raid. I have like no energy, and we have like just Psy and Venom. So, so yeah, I'm just gonna cut it, and I'll see you all next time. Have a great night, guys.